Hello, everyone. We have Lady Edward here and Lady Hagen Joss, and we are keeping it real and talking all things Bridgerton. If you have not seen the show, please, we have a few spoilers, but you can go and watch it on Netflix after you watch our video, okay? So we're gonna get into it and just talk about things that we liked, maybe things that we didn't like. I didn't have many, so mostly things that I like. What about you?
I personally love the show. But before we jump into that, we are going to be getting ready together.
Yes.
So we're doing our makeup a light everyday, nothing crazy. We are not makeup artists.
Yes,
So please,
disclaimer.
no judgment. Like we are just doing our everyday, and we're totally different. It's going to be different,
Yeah.
everyday looks. But yeah, so we're going to get ready with you guys and talk all things Bridgerton.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. I know we already kind of did like a base, but
Yeah,
we'll
for
like
the
add
sake of
to it.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did
exactly.
foundation. I did my brows.
It'd be like an hour.
Yeah. Very much.
I'm probably gonna start on my brows. So let's see. What should we start with? I just felt like I was shocked by the show. Like I was like, okay, I didn't know what to expect. Like when I first started watching it, I don't know about you. Were you like just like,
Yeah,
oh,
actually,
hey.
no, it took me 2 tries. Like the first time I tried to watch it, I didn't
Hmm.
like it. Like I watched the
Mm.
episode
Hmm.
and I was like, this is not for me. Like
Yeah.
I don't enjoy this.
Yeah.
Like in time era,
Okay.
like the hundreds or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, kind of boring.
Yeah, I was like, no, not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Um, but then like all my friends, like literally the whole entire internet, all my friends were like, "You have to give it a try," and I was like, "Okay." And then when I did, I was like, "Oh my god, this show is amazing."
Yeah, seriously. I also there was like a meme after I watched it though. There were so many memes because I think I watched it. I was at home with the newborn, so I really was just like sitting on the couch, but I did have to either wait for my son to go to sleep or for him not to be at home, obviously, because I didn't know that that was going to happen, but all of a sudden, when things started going down, I was like, okay, I cannot watch this show. But there was a meme where the person was like, watching Bridgerton is like, and they were drinking tea and they're like, oh, like hello, and then all of a sudden they're like,
Yeah, like what happened? Who am I?
they're like, ooh, oh, and then there's also that whole thing where it's like, okay, maybe like you don't want to watch this with your parents, like like mom and daughter, like watching a show together, like this might not be the show for the mom and daughter to like get into together.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
thing gets spicy.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and then talking about Regé-jean, the character Simon, oh my gosh.
Duke. Whew, the
So,
Duke.
yeah, so, I mean, fine. I was telling you before that I watched him on, what is it? I think it was For the People, the show For the People, and I thought he was so cute there too. And then this show just like amplified that like to 100.
He's a beautiful man.
He really is.
Say that. He is
And then I also just thought like the casting, I just loved the casting. I loved how, they didn't just say like, okay, this is the era we have to cast for that era. They kind of said, I feel like she kind of threw that to the wind and she just cast specifically just good actors. Everybody was so good.
did are all of the actors actually British?
No, I don't think so. I have to go back and check, but I don't think they are.
And isn't it Chandra Rhimes?
Yeah, Shonda Rhimes, which is
She's
like I love. She is like I love Grey's Anatomy, and I know she moved on from Grey's Anatomy, and now she's with Netflix or doing deals with Netflix.
She did the Kerry Washington show too.
Yeah, this was a
Called?
Scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched Scandal, but I'm still a fan of Grey's. That's like my show forever. Okay.
Great. But anyways, Bridgerton.
Yeah. And then what else? Yeah, I just loved how she just kind of made like there was representation, how she had like, all the characters of different races and just mixed them all together and didn't need to explain it. That was like my favorite part. Like it didn't need to be explained, like why, you know?
I know. I was literally like, this might sound really like, I don't know how it's gonna sound, but I don't mean anything bad by this, but like there's like men with like dreads, like current day dreads, like
Yeah.
like around, like just like walking around, and I'm like, that is so awesome that she, like you said, she just like literally put everyday people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
there was no questions, like you said, no explanation. Like
Mm-mm.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, me too. I love that. I was just like, because I was even asking my husband, I was like, were there like dukes and duchesses that were, African American or, how did that work? And he was saying like, not really, because I don't really know much about history. Just like you were saying, this is not really your thing. Like history is not really my thing, So I was like, okay, maybe I need to go back and look in the history books because is this how it was back then? And he was like, not really, but like he couldn't be sure either. And so I was just like, you know what? I love it. I love that she just, was like, I'm gonna mix it up. And I almost felt like that was conscious, but I also felt like it was conscious for her just to pick great actresses. Like even the girl, spoiler, that was pregnant, that was like trying to find a suitor. Like I just loved her too. I loved her acting chops. And then like when I love the part when she found out that her guy was like, he was still like in love with her and like she just, she felt guilty. That was like a really good scene for me. That was like really touching. And then
it gets so like, how crazy that the mom, was it her, what is she called? The lady that she was staying with like faked the letter.
oh my gosh, that was crazy.
I legit wanted to kill that lady.
Yeah, and then did you figure out that it was Penelope? When like did you figure it out early or were you like at the end?
I had a feeling it was her.
Okay, that she was Lady Whistletown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I had a feeling it was her. And then like, they throw the loop at you when the Taylor lady.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with names, so sorry.
Yeah, I can't remember her name either. But she was the Taylor. She was just Taylor. And
and
you know what?
Her.
Yeah, you kind of like is it her? Like, she's the girl that one of the sisters was like, it's you, I know it's you. Yeah. I figured out that it was the sister because in that scene where they were all like her brother was in the carriage and he picked up the dress tailor and she was like, oh well, they weren't there, they didn't go to that big event that the queen had thrown. And then Lady Whistleton didn't write anything. Like she said there was nothing to write about. And it was like, okay, yeah. What was the one family that wasn't there? It was that family. They weren't allowed in, And yeah. So there was no gossip for her to put into her paper. So I was like, oh snap. It's her. And then did you see that Easter egg that they were, I guess that's what they call like a little hidden secret, like an Easter egg.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw it on social media.
Yeah, me too, because I did not catch it during the show. I didn't catch the feather and put that two and two together that was her like writing, all about that.
Yeah, because you're like so like in tune with like what's being said. There's just like the little details, like the little bits and pieces.
Yeah. And then what was it? Simon, the character Simon, that was the Duke that everybody was crushing on, that we're talking about, rege-jean. That's just so beautiful. His like mother figure, I thought she was just so boss. I loved her. I was like,
she killed it, right?
She really did. Yeah, I was just like, I love her. Like, oh man, she just like told the freaking dad off and just basically just like kept it real. And I really enjoyed her character.
And his story was like so sad as a little kid.
I know, it was so messed up. Like, what a sick dad.
What really like pissed me off was when he lied to her about like the whole like sex thing, because she's so like back then like you don't talk about sex. Like you don't even like kiss people. You're not even like alone with a man.
Yeah.
So this girl had like no idea about sex like at all, and about he couldn't have kids.
Oh my God, I know. The whole time she thought it was like a problem that he had, you know, like he had a dysfunction or something, you know. And then
the scene, I was like, you little turd. How dare you?
Seriously. And then when she found out, like when she talked to that maid, that she was like, how does it work? You know, like tell me, like keep it real with me, you know? And then she's like, wait, you know, this mother effer, you know, has been, you know, basically joshing me. Like that's why, you know, in all those scenes when he kept moving away right there at the end, you know, I was like, okay, come on, like she's gonna eventually put two and two together, you know?
Yeah. Like
what's going on?
Yeah. And
then yeah, when she was like, oh, you want to play that game? I got a game for you too. I can play that game too. I love that. When she found out and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna stay. We're staying together. Like I'm not letting go. Yeah. And he was like, what are you doing?
Control.
Yes. Oh my God. But then it was sad when like at first it was sad when she wasn't pregnant. I was like, I felt really bad for her because I think she was, you know, hoping that that's what, you know, what happened, what came out of that. And then what else? Let's see. Yeah, and another thing, like you were talking about the whole fact that he like kind of told her, you know, about things that she had no idea about. I was so shocked. I was telling my husband when we were watching it that I was so shocked that they knew so little, you know, because it was like, remember the one sister was like, how does a woman become pregnant? Like, how does a woman become pregnant? I don't understand. How do they become pregnant if they're not married? Like, how is that? How is that? I was like, oh my God, what does she mean? How is that? You know? And then I'm like, wait a second. This is, you know, they don't have TV. They don't have internet. Like they only have access to what like their family allows them, right? Because they're not really going anywhere without their family. They're not really like hanging out with, you know, a group of people. They're really just, you know, stuck with their family, you know, and like, limited with knowledge.
Yeah, it's really sad, like when you think about it, and I'm so thankful that we have like progress in society that it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we wouldn't know any different, but just like imagine.
I couldn't. You know? Yeah. I definitely couldn't. No. And then let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Just, oh yeah, so with the whole like son thing and with his dad, Simon, the main character, rege-jean, every time I say it, I just, you know, get happy. With his dad, like, I mean, I just don't understand how a man could, you know, be like that, you know, and treat your kid like that, you know?
Because his mom, well, we have to spoiler. I mean, this whole video is pretty much a spoiler, but
yeah.
His mom died while giving birth. So he like, oh, and then he had like that speech impediment. Couldn't like talk or whatever.
Yeah.
He was raised by his father, but his father was like
awful and basically just ignored him. And and it was funny because all he wanted was a son. Remember when his wife had the baby, he didn't even care about her. He didn't even care that, you know, she was bleeding and, you know, all that was happening. He was just like, I have a son. Let's celebrate. Let's drink. I have a son. Like, finally, you know, someone to like, you know, take on my family name. And then, you know, one little thing that he's having an issue speaking makes you just cut the person off. You know, it's like, what's wrong with you? You know, all you wanted was a son. He's right in front of you. I was so pissed, you know, when I was watching those scenes. And then when he came to him and he could actually, you know, he got, you know, worked on the speech impediment because of the mother figure. I think her name was Lady Danbury.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, she was the one that basically helped him get through it. And, he was so proud to like bring it to his dad, and his dad just belittled him, again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I get it. I get, that he wanted to have revenge on him, but doesn't he know, like, and when I was watching it, I was like, you're letting him win, by you saying, I'm not going to have kids, or I can't have kids, and I'm not going to, you're basically giving him what he wanted. He didn't want you to carry on the name. And then, now you're actually letting him dictate your life as well. Instead of being like, forget you, I don't even care about you, you were letting him control your life, which is pretty messed up.
And that's what his girlfriend was trying to like prove to him, like, bro, you're legit giving your father exactly what he wanted for you.
Mm-hmm. You're letting him get the last word, and you're letting him win.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than you're robbing yourself of your chance, to have a better life, and to have the life that you dreamed of. Because, he has this dream girl. He's saying that he's burning for her. He burns for her. And, he knows that she wants to have kids and she wants to have this great life. And it's like, but you're still be here, like giving it to your dad,
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy.
And then, the thing that like really was like, whoa, okay, like this is the writing portion of it. The gay scene back then, like, you better not.
Yeah, and he was married. Yeah, and then the fact that his wife was like right outside, and then the brother was like hooking up with the wife. I was so confused. I was like, wait, does everybody know about everybody?
Like free for all?
Yeah, apparently. Like, but it confused me when he was like, he told the brother to kind of keep it a secret, because I'm like, does your wife know? Because you were literally in the next room with,
That was a little unclear, and
yeah,
like, kind of like left unsaid.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, and I know that they're gonna come back and they're gonna be focusing on the brother and him like finding a wife.
Yeah. I thought that was cool that they put that in there, because people didn't just become gay in the freaking 20th century.
Mm-hmm. It's been always, and I think like back in the day, it was like more like just like that's just how people were. Like people were just kind of free, and they went all different ways, and it wasn't like something unique or different, or it was, that's just what life was. People just chose to sleep with whoever they wanted to sleep with.
Oh, and then like those what do they call them, like brothels, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that was just like so irritating to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that makes me think of I just saw like a clip. It was like a quick clip of gosh, what is the actress name? It's like Zendaya, and they asked her like, what do you look for in a man? And her response was, okay, actually, what do I look for in a person? Like, why is it so, why you're for sure knowing that I'm looking for a man? Maybe it's not a man. What am I looking for in a person? And I was just like, I like that that's how she answered the question, like, looking for like a good person, rather than just saying it had to be the interviewer assumed, what she was looking for, because he doesn't know which way, or if she's, fluid or whatever the terms are now, but I really liked her saying that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just imagine being that interviewer. Like, what do you even say?
But you know what? That part like took off. That was like a clip that was like going a lot of places. So it's like now he's the one that asked the question. So without him asking the question, it wouldn't have been out there.
That's true.
And then did you think that the Daphne which Daphne is so pretty, by the way, and then did you think that they were together? Her and Simon, or her and Rege-jean?
In real life?
Yeah. No?
I didn't.
You were like, for sure. I was like a little hopeful, because they were just like, I don't know, they just had such good chemistry, like the way that they looked at each other. I know it's acting, right? We already said they're like great actors in that show, but just the way that they gazed at each other, and I was a little
They
hopeful. I was
have
like, could it
really
be a
good
little
chemistry.
real? Yeah, they made me a believer. I was like, oh yeah, they're definitely like together in real life.
I just didn't because I like it was like too good to be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
no, I can't really see like what's going on here. Like,
Yeah.
but they did have such great chemistry. Like, I know that they are saying they're gonna focus on the brother in the next season, but
Yeah.
I hope they don't completely like, you know,
Yeah.
like take out them because honestly, the reason why I watched it is because of him.
Hmm. Did you know they had a it was an intimacy expert.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like,
so there was an intimacy expert that was on set, and I think she was there like before they were on set to kind of get them like, you know, to really show that intimacy and make it really believable. And I was like, dang, like Shonda did a good job by hiring that person, because it really did come through that they were like madly like passionate, and it
yeah,
definitely, that everything was like real. And I just wonder, like, all those scenes, like how vulnerable a person has to be to like, I'm sure there's crew and there's cameramen and there's the director and like, all the people that are on set, all the, and then you have to really just like forget about them and try to like immerse yourself in the scene. I'm sure that's like, I wonder if they're having a little shot of Hennessy or something before they go into the scene.
yeah,
They can just
multiple
be real
shots.
free. Yeah. And imagine, I wonder like if that was a first take or if that was like the third take or something. You know what I mean? How many times they had to do it,
Ooh. I mean, with him, it's probably very easy.
Oh, regé-jean. Regé-jean.
It's so beautiful. Sorry, Jared, if
Hmm.
you're watching this. I apologize in advance, but you know I love you.
We love our husbands, okay? We're just, we can admire other people as well. We can say someone is beautiful. Everyone does it. I hope I don't look too crazy putting on mascara.
I know. That's my next step, and I'm.
Eyes just like.
Do you curl your lashes?
Okay, I have never been able to, because something about the eyelash curler, it just starts making my eyes water, and then I'm like done for. I've tried so many times because I want them to come up, but no, every time I try to use the eyelash curler, like I end up clipping my skin or like
Really?
poking myself. Yes. It doesn't agree with me. Maybe I haven't found the right one. I haven't buying like the cheap ones. So
To try to have one that's like half. Oh man, so dirty. That's embarrassing. It's like half
okay.
the lash curler, so you can
Yeah.
like really get in there and like really be careful. This is not it, but I'm just
Okay.
saying.
But you're like a pro. Your eyes open. Like, no, I'm like, no. Mm-mm. You know me. I'm not a pro. I keep it pretty basic. I remember when we used to work together, you were like, oh yeah, I just always know you as like, you always have your eyeliner. It's like, that's all I can do.
But you're so good at your eyeliner.
Put on like a quick little line. Oh my gosh. And
You're
call
so
it a day.
I feel like your go-to is like eyeliner and a lip.
Yes. Yeah.
That's your thing.
And what's funny is it wasn't always a lip. Like I would keep it real simple on the lip, because when I was younger, I just got made fun of hardcore for my lips.
Really? And now look, people pay to look ridiculous.
Seriously, all my like youth, like they were just like, um, oh my god, those big lips and like, all this stuff, just really mean. I'm not gonna say everything they said, but they were saying like DSL, and I was just, yes, and I was just, but it wasn't like kind. It was, and
It's not a compliment.
yeah, it was not a compliment. And so I just always had like a thing like, oh, I just want to hide them. I don't want to accent them. Like, I'm not putting on a lip gloss. I'm not putting on a lipstick. Like, I didn't put on anything. I just kept chapstick, and that was it. Like, that. If they could just blend into my face, I was okay with that, because I just didn't want people to make a comment on them,
Yeah.
And then as I got older and like through like boyfriends, you know, they're like, oh my God, your lips are so beautiful. And like kind of gave me a little bit more confidence. Like, wow, like you're a great kisser. I bet it's because your lips, you know? And then I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is a positive. Maybe it's not like a negative my whole life that I've been thinking. And then I started, you know, maybe putting on some lip gloss or putting on a little lipstick and people would be like, wow, like you look so beautiful. I love your lips, you know? So that kind of gave me a little bit more confidence.
You have gorgeous lips and you have like a real, like the best smile.
Thank you. Oh, you're too sweet.
Your teeth
I'm
are
always
so
smiling. And let me tell you, my gums like to come out.
What?
My gums, they don't like to stay hidden. They're I'm always like, why do you want to be out here?
I was like, your what come out?
My gums, they're always showing through.
That is so funny. Well, you have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. You too. Thank you. You have beautiful eyes. Oh my God, are you kidding? You have like the most beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
People, you know, people do surgery to get those eyes. That thing where they can inject the eyes to get like blue eyes.
Listen. I'm not even gonna say it because everyone's beautiful. Do you?
Seriously.
Do you?
Do you? Yeah, let me see if there was anything else that I wanted to like break down from there, from the Bridgerton series on Netflix.
Does this ever happen to you?
Yes. And Tyra Banks, if you're watching, you're probably not, but she told me like, you just gotta let it dry. Yes. And then don't touch it. And then eventually like either a Q-tip or like whatever you have and just like take it off. It always happens. It usually happens right like on my eyelid. And I'm like going, and then it's like eyelid black. And I'm just like, all right, let it roll it off, like let it go.
It'll go away.
Let it go, let it go. No, I can't sing. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, was there anything else that, you know, I'm just looking forward to that, a new season. Yeah. And seeing if they're gonna like keep it the same or if they're gonna change it up, you know.
Like I said, I hope that they don't do too much like the opposite direction because I feel like there's still so much left between the main characters. Like I want to see their baby.
Me too. Me too.
It's gonna be so gorgeous.
How did you like the ending? Did you enjoy that? Like how they ended it with her like having the baby?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was a good ending. It definitely kept me wanting more, you know, like that's what I'm saying. Like I hope that they don't steer too far left or right.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was surprised because I thought it was ended. Like before she had the baby, I thought it was the end. I think like they were all kind of standing outside of their house and all the family, and then the brother was like, all right, I'm done with love, and you know, now I'm gonna go find a wife. You know, it's like he's done with love, he's gonna go find a wife. I was like, all right, let's see how that goes. And then his love story too, like that was like heartbreaking. Because I really felt like the brother really did love
the older brother.
The opera singer. Yeah, the older brother. Those scenes were also very steamy and very spicy, and I love those scenes too. I felt so bad for him when the girl, you know, was like, no, I don't want to come with you to the ball, and you know, this guy loves me for who I am.
Yeah. I felt that though. Like we need more of that.
Yeah. Like just keeping it real. She was just our show, keeping it real. She was just like, this is who I am. I'm not some lady. I'm not gonna be, you know, escorted, you know.
Money, you know.
Yeah. But he was so heartbroken because I felt like he was like ready to leave everything and kind of say, you know, F everything else. Like you are what matters. So come with me, you know. And then I think is like, you know, she took it as like, you're trying to change me, you know, and maybe he was because he was trying to bring her to that event, but I felt bad. And so he got his heart broken and now he's like, F love, let's just, you know, get married and call it a day. Which is sad. Yeah, I know.
I forgot about them like being so secretive.
Mm-hmm.
Like that just seemed like so passionate too, you know?
Yeah, it's seriously, it was. And then, but I think that she maybe was still holding on to when he broke up with her, you know, when he said, like, he was like, I can't do this anymore. And she was like, you promised, you know, you made promises you would always protect me, you know, and then here you are not protecting me. Well, you look beautiful. I'm like, see if I have a little hair to take down. That's what I was thinking too. Okay, let's see. How do we look, y'all?
Are we Bridgerton vibes?
I have my Lady Edward, Lady Hagen-Joss.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're going to the promenade. Be back later.
Yeah, we're getting ready. I'm getting ready to probably do laundry. Laundry. Laundry mat. Well, we hope you enjoyed our video talking about all things Bridgerton, and we hope we didn't give anything away. Hopefully you already watched it, but if you haven't, go watch it because it's a really good show. And we just look forward to seeing you come back for other videos. We'll be back with more. Think about liking and subscribing to our channel. And we love you as always.
Always, always. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And please come back and see our next video.
Yes. Bye.